This is the Great Tornado. A long, long time ago, back in the days when the first Americans were just entering the United States, this is the story they tell of the Great Tornado. The Great Tornado came down with such a force in California that it struck the ground, creating a great big crack that we now know of as the San Andreas Fault. From there, the tornado started heading east, and it reached where a great forest was. And the tornado scared the trees so much that they were petrified, and we now know of them as the Petrified Forest. From there, the tornado continued heading east, and it found a great area of ground that was rock. And it decided to carve out that great big area. And it carved and carved and carved out this great big canyon we now know of as the Grand Canyon. Now it had all of this material inside of the tornado. And at this point it started heading north. And at this point it deposited all of that material into what we now know of as the Rocky Mountains. From there, it started heading east again. And it got stuck in the ground in one place and started drilling down, 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 down. And then a great big geyser of water came up. And we now know of that as Old Faithful. It continued heading east until it found some ground that was very, very wet. And the tornado tripped, and it made 5 great big holes. And those holes filled with water, and we now know of them as the Great Lakes. From there, the tornado started heading south, as many things do in life. And as it was heading south, it was forming the Mississippi River, and then it was throwing all of that material into what we now know of as the Appalachian Mountains. And it continued heading south further and further and further until it got to an area that we now know of as the Gulf of Mexico. But back then it was a great big area of quicksand. And the great tornado got out in the middle of it and started sinking and sinking and sinking and sinking, and then it reached the Atlantic Ocean, and the great Atlantic Ocean covered up the great tornado and drowned it. Today, all of the tornadoes we have are the descendants of the great tornado. However, every once in a while, the great tornado returns as a ghost that we know of as El Nino. Thank you.